Welcome everyone. It's time for Armadillo Maths. And first things first, Armadillo, what are we learning about today? Well, we're learning to use multiplication to solve a fraction of a set. We're practicing that. So step one, do you remember how to do this? Think about it. 1/4 of 20. Now I've written my answers for you, I know. This should make it super easy for you. I want you to understand it. So let's draw it out. There's my bag of 20 lollies. I know that my multiples of 5, that 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 20. 5, 10, 15, 20 equals 20 altogether. So I don't have to draw them out. I've used my multiples, my knowledge of my multiples of 5. So that's using addition facts. Hang on a minute. I can use my multiplication. If I know my multiples of 5, I can say, take my denominator, 4/4, and I say 4 times how many on each? 5. So 4 times 5 equals, you got it, too easy, 20. 4 times 5 equals 20. So how much is 1/4 of 20? It's going to be just 5. There it is. On 1/4, you're going to have just 5. Then I'm going to work out step 2. So even if I gave you step 2 first and I said work out 3/4 of 20, you're going to do step 1 first. 1/4 of 20, solve that problem, come back and work out the second one. Now I can work out step 2, 3/4 of 20. How are we going to work that out? We're going to take our 3, you're going to say 3/4 times 5 on each. There they are, 5 on each one is 15. So 3/4 of 20 is 15, and I can check it by adding it. I can go 5, 10, 15. Yes, indeed it is. So you're sorted for that one. Let's do another ones. 3/4 of 24. I've written the answer for you. Let's draw it out. And you go, I know my multiplication. But first things first, Armadillo, I've got to work out that step 2. I've got to work out what is step 1. Take the 3/4 and let's say, no. What is 1/4 of 24? I know my multiplication facts. I know that 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24. Or I can say 4 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6 on each is 24. So that must be 6. 1/4 of 24 is 6. There's 6 on one piece, just one piece, or one part of the 24 lollies. So let's go again and say, but how many? That's step 1. That's not the question I asked you. The question I asked you is how much is 3/4 of 24? Oh, well, that's easy. 18. You've written the answer in there for me already, Michelle. So that's so easy. Well, how do you know I haven't got it wrong? You need to be able to check it. So let's do that. Let's say the strategy I'm using is taking the 3 and timesing it by the 6 that I solved here on the first step. 1/4 of 24 is 6. Take the 6. Say 3 times 6 equals, you know your multiplication facts, don't you? 3 times 6 equals 18. And so there's the answer. And I could say 1, 2, 3 times 6, or I could say 6 plus 6 plus 6. That's 18. So over 3 days, you're going to eat 6 lollies. By the third day, you'll have eaten 3/4 of the lollies. That is going to be 18. How many are you going to have left, just by the way? Well, that's easy. 24, take away 18 is 6. But that's not what I asked you. The first question I actually asked you is 3/4 of 24, and we've worked it out already. It's 18. So always remember, ask yourself, what's the question? Hey, well done, everyone. There's one more thing, by the way. We're using multiplication strategy here, but there is another way. I just wanted to remind you to keep it in the back of your mind. Sometimes it's a quicker way of doing things. I asked you what 2/4 of 24 would be, you'd say, ah, I know, 2/4, 1, 2. That's half of a pizza, half of a bag of lollies, half of anything. 2/4 is half. I know that 2/4 equals half. And if I've asked you 2/4 times 24, well, I'm going to say, well, what is half of 24? Well, of course, half of 24, I know 2 times 6 is 12. I know that half of 24 is 12. So there it is. Half of 24 is 12. Therefore, 2/4 of times 12, 24 is 12. 2/4 times 24. I should have said 2/4 of 24. So let's fix that right now, shall we? No wonder why I was looking at it like, what's going on here? And that looks like multiplication, so let's just do a blotto. 2/4 of 24. All right, 2/4 of 24 is 12. Excellent. Looks better. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, people. Everybody makes them. But remember to always learn from your mistakes. Don't eat too many lollies, but keep doing maths and enjoy those lollies. Not too many. See you on the next video.